So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Morrison. I'm the tobacco-free coordinator for Chenango County. My job is to work with local stakeholders, community leaders, and the public to change the community environment in order to support a tobacco-free norm. If you've ever seen those tea-free zone signs, that's going to be a business that has signed a policy to be tobacco-free. Another part of my job is to work with teens in a program called Reality Check. That's a youth-led movement in New York State that empowers teens to become leaders in their communities in exposing what they see as a manipulative and deceptive marketing tactics of the tobacco industry. Now, I'm sure most of you already know that smoking is bad. It leads to cancer, it can lead to stroke, heart disease, COPD, the list goes on. What I'm going to talk today to you guys about is how big tobacco uses marketing in order to get all of you to try smoking or vaping. And how if you do try it, you're more likely to continue smoking as an adult. So what is big tobacco? Big tobacco is a name that is used to refer to the largest companies in the tobacco industry. Big tobacco dishes out millions of dollars to market their deadly and addictive products. Actually, in 2019, the largest cigarette and smokeless tobacco companies spent $8.2 billion on advertising and promotional expenses in the United States alone. That comes to about $1 million an hour. What's even worse is that they market their products in a way that appeals to young people. The three most heavily used advertised brands of cigarettes are Marlboro, Newport, and Camel. When those preferred brands of cigarettes were smoked by middle school and high school students in 2016 as the most heavily used products. And they're making so much money off of you guys. Tobacco sales generate nearly $1.2 billion per year from cigarettes consumed by kids. The tobacco industry knows that their customers are dropping like flies. Who better to replace them than you and your peers? A third of underage smoking experimentation is attributed to tobacco advertising. Tobacco ads suggest that smoking can fulfill powerful psychological needs like popularity, peer acceptance, and a positive self-image. Today, 4 out of 5 youth smokers will become adult smokers. Since half of all adult smokers will die from smoking, tobacco companies must have a constant stream of new recruits to stay profitable. The tobacco industry knows that nearly 90% of smokers started smoking before their 18th birthday. In fact, October 13th is called Seen Enough Tobacco Day because the average age of a new smoker in New York State is 13 years old. The tobacco industry spends an obscene amount of money on tobacco marketing, but did you know that they spend over 90% of it on marketing in local gas stations, convenience stores, and grocery stores? 70% of young people visit convenience stores at least once a week, and that's where tobacco industries are spending a tremendous amount of their marketing. Tobacco companies entice retailers with lucrative contracts that allow them to control how their products are marketed in stores. So those large, colorful walls of tobacco products that you see directly behind the cash register, where everyone, including kids, can see them, advertisements placed at children's eye level, or even placing products near candy. According to the Surgeon General's 2012 report, tobacco marketing in stores is one of the primary causes of youth smoking because tobacco companies want to convince kids that smoking is cool, normal, accessible, and inexpensive. So what does big tobacco truly think of their customers? They're making money off of you, so they should be saying something good, right? Big tobacco has spent decades denying that they target youth with their marketing. Straight from the source, here are some key quotes from the tobacco industry. If the tobacco company really stopped marketing to children, the tobacco companies would be out of business in 25 to 30 years because they won't have enough customers to stay in business. If children don't like to be in a smoky room, they'll leave. At some point, they begin to crawl. Finally, we don't smoke that shit. We just sell it. We reserve the right to smoke for the young, the poor, the black, and the stupid. The last quote was from R.J. Reynolds, a company owned by one of the big tobacco companies whose former CEO testified under oath before Congress saying that he didn't believe nicotine was addictive. In addition to stores, big tobacco has known for the power of media for decades and has a long history with the entertainment industry. The media that you consume is often completely unregulated, giving the tobacco industry direct access to your daily lives. The CDC estimates that taking smoking out of films rated for children would save 18% of the 5.6 million young people alive today who will otherwise die of tobacco-related diseases. And that's about 1 million lives, or equal to 1 out of every 13 children in the United States. It's called a dose-response relationship. The more smoking that you see on screen, the more likely that you are to smoke. Studies have shown that if you control for all the other factors of smoking, whether parents smoke, whether it's an attitude towards risk-taking, socioeconomic status, younger adolescents who are more heavily exposed to smoking on film are 2 to 3 times as likely to start smoking compared with those who are more lightly exposed. If you want to know more about how big tobacco is marketing to you, or you want to advocate and get involved, please reach out to me after the presentation today to get involved with Reality Check. The organization's members produce change in their communities through grassroots mobilization and education, and we'd love for you to be a part of that. Thank you.